Everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video I'm going to be talking about, well, really just men in media and men in movies, or men in comics. Generally, the male figure kind of missing from media and movies and entertainment. But before I get into it, please subscribe to the channel and ring the bell icon to be notified when I post new videos. And also, hit the thumbs up button if you like this video and share with your friends. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get into it. Recently I've noticed an uptick in a lot of movies featuring female empowerment or female-led movies. And there's nothing wrong with that. I don't mind a good female-led movie if it's well written and not just about female empowerment. You gotta have a variety of storytelling involved, because female characters generally must be not just, strong. You can't take a male role and copy paste it into a female character. They are vastly different. A male and female person these people are different. No matter what character you're writing, a male and a female character they're always going to be different. So recently, all I've noticed from media is trying to take the male role that is traditionally a role that's traditionally for a man, and they keep pasting it onto a female. And with people when it comes to these characters, when people watch a movie, they anticipate a female to be more soft-featured, but sure, they can kick ass. I don't mind seeing that. I mean, you have characters like Tomb Raider and Black Widow, where they are very feminine and very beautiful, but they are also strong, can kick ass, and they're very intelligent. They don't just have their looks. Oh, sorry about the noise. I just hit my desk. Anyway, whenever I see these movies where they try to copy paste a male figure and put it onto a female, it doesn't work. And that's why you see movies that don't succeed very often. You got the all-female replacement of the Ghostbusters. It wasn't a huge success, and granted, it had its moments. There were moments I thought were kind of funny, mostly when they showed Chris Hemsworth flying. I thought that was hilarious, but it wasn't. It didn't matter because the movie itself as a whole was not very good. And then you have movies like the Black Widow movie. It could have been great, but the fact is, with Black Widow, that movie should have been made after Iron Man 2. Honestly, that would have been a better time to create it. They're gonna do an origin story for Black Widow or some kind of prequel. It should have been a prequel taking place after the Iron Man 2 movie, and then it carries on. At the end scene, it shows her continuation or her involvement with S.H.I.E.L.D. Leading into that. They really should have captured that instead of whatever they did with this new one, with the Black Widow movie. It had its problems because of that. But nowadays, the biggest issue are the lack of male lead roles. I mean, it's very clear the world needs men to be strong, courageous, honorable, loyal, noble, seeking to do all that is good. I mean, men need to see that in movies. If you want men to become strong and noble and to become all those things, they need role models. Men look up to men. It is very rare for a man to look up to a woman because of arrogance, ego, and whatever. Growing up, I was raised by a single mom, and naturally, because of that, I have traits that are kind of feminine at times. And if I had more male role models, I wouldn't be the man that I am if it wasn't for my grandfather. I gravitated towards him because of the fact that he was a traditional man. He could repair things. He taught me how to check the oil in the car, change a tire, and potentially even replace the oil if needed. And granted, I would personally prefer that's done by a professional. But the fact is, he taught me how to do a lot of things. How to build things, how to make repairs, how to do little things. But so did my mom. She did the same things. My mom was a tomboy, so she's very much into that kind of thing. She taught me martial arts. She taught me a lot of the fact is, you can learn these things from male or female, it doesn't matter, but you need to have a male figure in your life to aspire to, or at least to look up to. So men will know what is a man. And the fact is, many people may disagree with this video, and I don't care. The reality is, men need men in this world to know what it is to be strong, to be courageous, to be honorable, but they need good male role models, not just a man for the sake of being a man. And then you have these movies that show, like, there are very few men who are strong and capable of doing good now. In these movies and entertainment, and even in comic books, they're very self-centered, very narcissistic. They're very submissive, weak. They lack the will to carry on at every turn. I mean, if you're going to create a character, make sure you create one that actually has heart, that has the stomach to do what's right and to do the necessary good in the world. Because you have characters like Spider-Man. When I saw the Tom Holland Spider-Man, nothing against Tom Holland, he played the role that he was given, and I'm pretty sure he could do well if they wrote him a more traditional Spider-Man storyline where he faces the nature of responsibility. In fact, actually, the nature of responsibility was captured pretty well in Spider-Man No Way Home. Spider-Man No Way Home. That was actually, it was pretty good, but even that lacked, because if you remove the other Spider-Man, it kind of lacked a good story. And the fact is, he's very reliant on other people throughout that movie as well. And men today, it's fine for them to rely on others for help, but not for it to be all the time. And for a whole movie to be centered around that, you can't have a character grow and mature without the responsibility of knowing what it is to be a man, to do what's right, and to shoulder certain burdens as a man. Now, you don't have to shoulder every burden, but they need to show this. They need to have this element back in the movies. I mean, you have characters like Maverick in the new Top Gun movie that just came out, the sequel. There's a reason why people enjoyed that movie. It was alright. I mean, personally, I'm not a huge fan of Top Gun, the first one or the second one. It's just not my style. It's not something I enjoy. I like superheroes and sci-fi and fantasy. It's just what I like. But when I see this, when I see movies like this, it lets me know what people are hungry for is they want a good, positive male role model in the movies. And with that lacking, I mean, you look at the MCU. With the MCU, they keep removing they keep removing a lot of characters that are male. Like, you have Hawkeye, that Hawkeye series that just came out, on Disney Plus. It was not that bad, but it had that issue of they seemed to push him. I mean, they pushed him to the side so much that all they focused on was Kate Bishop. And I mean, they should have just called the show Kate Bishop. I probably would have found that to be a little bit better. They just called it that, and then had Hawkeye show up as kind of a mentor. That would have made more sense. I would have preferred that, and then do a Hawkeye movie before that show. But it's clear they didn't want to go that route. And personally, at this point, I've noticed all the movies that they've come out with, like the Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness, that was just Wanda Maximoff's movie. That was a Scarlet Witch movie with Doctor Strange included. And I don't like to piggyback on the bandwagon of disliking these movies. In fact, personally, I liked elements of all these things of the show, the Hawkeye series and Multiverse of Madness. I even enjoyed the WandaVision series. Like, there's a lot of different things I enjoy in the MCU, but I don't like it whenever they push the men to the side so that they could lift up the women. Like, why can't they be equal as they're trying to portray? They want to portray equality among the sexes. This is not going to work. You can't do that by trying to push one to the side. You can't throw the man to the side to make the female look strong. That's not going to work. You have to have both characters shining just as greatly. But if a movie is called Doctor Strange, it's Doctor Strange's movie, and that's what I want to see. I want to see Doctor Strange in the lead role. That's all I want to see. So generally speaking, they need to go back to the stereotypes. It's the good thing. It's a good aspect of filmmaking, and it's there for a reason, because in life, men usually fight the battles. It's very common, and it should be common. And while I prefer that, I don't mind seeing females in the lead role. If they're gonna do that, they need to not belittle men so that they can make females strong. I mean, if you look at the Black Widow movie, once again, I'm going back to that. Black Widow, it lacked literally the only male character who was the villain of the story was a female character in the end. And then you have the the fact that she wasn't actually female. Taskmaster was not. I mean, Taskmaster was female and not actually male, and then she wasn't even the bad guy. It was, the leader of that whole program, the Red Room program. So it's kind of ridiculous at this point, but hopefully there will be a turnaround. I'm positive, or I'm hopeful that it will happen. But if not, you can always go to independent films, indie comics, indie shows, independent series, and I'll just keep watching YouTube videos at this point and creating my own comic books. Well, honestly, that's all I have to talk about. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you like, and if you like this video, ring the bell icon. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up button, and I would appreciate any support you can get. If you can continue to share the video with your friends, I'd greatly appreciate it. Goodbye, and I'll see you soon.